All right, so today I'm joined by Joaquin Buckley, a.k.a. Magic Mansa.
Yeah,
what's going on, bro?
Mystic Mansa.
What's going on, bro? How you been ever since our last conversation?
We've been good, bro. Right now we've been working hard. We've been hustling. We've been grinding. Shoot, we actually been staying out the way. So I was heavy on my social media for a minute. But I kind of just took time away from social media, took a break from the phone, turned off everything, all the social media, all electric devices, and man, I pretty much just clocked into the gym. So once we got this call, we got a big call now against Vicente Luque. I'm really about to show out now. So all the time in preparation I didn't put behind this opportunity. People gonna see really soon.
Yeah, because you've been training this whole time over in Michigan, right?
Since December.
Yeah,
since December I've been locked in.
The only way I knew you were still alive, bro, is because Charles was posting footage. I was like, shit, is Joaquin injured or some shit? What's going on? But you're just locked in.
I had to really just lock in and stay focused, Not saying I was dealing with no depression type shit, but, I was really like, shit, I ain't gonna lie, nigga, a little envious, of all my other, peers, bro. Everybody getting booked up for a fight. Everybody getting they shine. Everybody getting they looks. And I'm like, damn, where am I at? Because 2023 was a great year for me. Me fighting Andre Fiallo, knocking him out. Me fighting Alex Morono, good vet, putting that good work on him for 15 minutes. I'm thinking like, okay, this is going to be it, right? The UFC going to really put me on. Crickets. Ain't heard nothing. The only person I talked to is my boy Jacob over here. So, so my biggest thing is just like, I feel like, the UFC really didn't, give me any type of shot. So, I really felt some type of way. So I just like, man, fuck this little social media shit. Let me just stay in the gym, bro, and just go crazy. And now they didn't have a choice, right? Because with Vicente Luque, he had to pull out with Ian Garry, right? We called that. They didn't call me up. So they rebooked it with Sean Brady, who also pulls out of every fight because he don't wash his ass because of staph infection. So they was like, shit, man, we ain't got no other choice, man. Who can we call? And shit, they called on me. So, now I get to show them why I'm that guy. So perfect opportunity.
That's right. We've been making noise, so they must have heard that, right? And
yeah.
I guess since a little bit of time has played out, you're initially kind of feeling like they weren't giving you that love, but looks like they agreed on you to take this fight. A lot of people are kind of being like, Joaquin doesn't deserve it and shit, but the UFC must have thought something about it.
Well, I mean, who else? I mean, that's just how we got to talk about it. Like, who else could have gave Vicente Luque? Because everybody that is ranked in the top 15 already got a fight booked up, right? Or if you talk about Neal, just had a fight. Michael Chiesa, he's always, shady when it comes to even setting up a fight. So my biggest thing is they couldn't find anybody of any type of stature from, without the rankings to fight him. So I was the best matchup for Vicente Luque, and then plus it's a fun matchup, period. Like me and Geoff Neal, we got the same style, and you seen what Geoff Neal did to Vicente Luque, and I feel like I got the same ability. And I feel like, Vicente probably have worked on those little holes that he kind of exploited, got exploited by Geoff Neal. But at the end of the day, I feel like I can really do some real good damage, just like Geoff Neal did. It's going to be a fun fight.
Yeah, that's what you said in the last fight. You were like, I got the same style as Geoff Neal. Geoff Neal's got that knockout over Vicente, so you're looking to do the same thing out there on March 30th?
To be honest, I ain't got no choice. I thought they was going to give us the main event, keep us on the main event. But they gave us the co-main. They dropped us down. It is what it is. But now I don't have any time to really feel Vicente out, play with him. I got to go straight for him. I got to go for his head because, I thought Vicente was Brazilian, but funny enough, he American. He was born here. So he actually is fighting in his little hometown in New Jersey. So, I got to knock him out. No choice.
He's obviously going to be coming because it's a homecoming for him. But,
exactly.
Also you're mentioning how it's kind of short notice, but how are you viewing it? Because you also been training. So are you looking at it as a short notice fight or like going into this, you feel like it's a good opportunity?
Short notice is when I fought Kevin Holland 7 days.
Yeah.
That's short notice. Yeah. This perfect, man. We still got time to, game plan, break person down. My weight is good, to, get down to 170 with no issues. So I'm fine. Yeah, this ain't a real short notice fight. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. And then just to make it official, right? You have signed the contract to fight Vicente, so it's a done deal, locked in.
It's ready. They took a minute, even when they called me for the fight. it took a minute for the contract to actually come in. They sent me medicals. They sent me all other shit, like, media stuff for me to do. I was like, bro, where my contract at, though? And I don't feel like doing nothing until I get that little contract, get my paper, right?
Yeah.
But they ended up sending it. But my thing was, the reason why they didn't send it early is because they was trying to figure out whether they wanted to make this a 5-rounder or a 3-rounder. And I feel like, in my opinion, they trying to do Vicente Luque a favor by giving him 3 rounds, right? Because if it's 5 rounds, I'm sorry, Vicente out of there. He got trash ass condition, and it's just the truth. He a 1st-round fighter. He try to get you up out of there in the 1st round, and if he's not able to, he try to coast and try to catch you into if you do something stupid. But with that being said, with those 3 rounds, I'm coming for that ass. So yep. It's gonna be a banger, man. That 1st round gonna be crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, you guys aren't gonna be feeling each other out at all, huh?
Nah, no choice. Nope. Can't.
All right, man. Also, as far as like his homecoming goes, I might as well get this from you now. He has a quote going on here, so I'll just ask you about it. Coming back to Jersey, the land I was born to put on a war. And then he's got a Bible verse, John 15:16. It says, "You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you so that you might go and bear fruit that will last, and so that whatever you ask in my name, the Father will give you." You got a response to that at all?
I mean, you try to put some verses and some quotes, man. I'm not really religious, big on the Bible, but one of my favorite quotes is by this guy named Genghis Khan. He says, he said, if you had not committed great sins, God would not have sent a punishment like me upon you. So with that being said, I think Vicente, as much as he's in that book, I feel like this punishment that he's about to receive is only due to the things that he's been doing, whatever he's been doing, like outside of his world. So I feel like everything I'm about to put on Vicente, bro, he wants that, he needs that, and I'm gonna give him exactly what he's looking for. So I'm gonna put him out. Yeah.
This one's gonna be crazy, bro. I can already feel it.
No, it's gonna be a little one. Yeah.
All right, man. And then as far as like a couple things surrounding this one a little bit, we got Kevin Holland. He recently was asking or telling you like he'll give you an opportunity, right, if Michael Page pulls out, but he'd been ignoring you a little bit before that. Are you gonna give him an opportunity if you win still?
Yeah. I mean, that's a funny way to put, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to fight you. But like with that, he already knows that the only people that's in control of that is the UFC. Like, and then plus I have to wait on a possibility for Mike to pull out, you know what I'm saying, Michael Venom Page, just to get hurt or something like that. When right here, what I got right now, Vicente Luque is a guaranteed thing. Now that I got a contract, I got something built up. But instead of just waiting on, somebody else to just get fucking hurt and shit like that, because the possibility of that happening is very small. So with that being said, Kevin just talking, but it is what it is. If that would have happened, I would have been ready, and I definitely would have stepped up to the plate. But, the possibilities of that are very small. I'm just glad that I got something set now. Yeah, in stone.
Now, while that meme was funny as fuck, that one you make that shit yourself or what?
Which one?
The one where you like, come on, man,
give me a
chance. I'll change the world, man.
On my mama, I make all my memes. Actually, my boy,
that shit's hilarious.
He made it, but I had the idea for it. So,
okay.
But yeah, all those things you see me post come from this.
Okay. And then so because you're saying, right, you're a little envious of shit that was going on. What's his name? Kevin got that opportunity with MVP.
Yeah,
is that one of those things that was getting to you a little bit? Like,
I mean, everybody else eating. It is not the point that they eating, but shit, if they eating, why can't I? Right? Like, put some food on my plate. But now they have, right? So everything I've been asking for, everything I've been shouting about, everything I've been, working towards is now coming March 30th, bro, against Vicente Luque. A win over him changes everything. Everything. Getting that number, submitting my name, definitely doing it in a fashion I know that I can do it in. Oh, bro, we finna run up them numbers now.
Yeah. And then it's in probably 5 rounds and main events after that, right?
It gotta be. No choice.
At least you're also fighting in front of a crowd. That's a positive.
Yeah, that's also a positive. But just going back on that main event, they supposed to be coming to St. Louis 2024. So me knocking out Vicente Luque gives me an opportunity to come back home and fight as a main event. So, but I gotta really show my ass though on this.
All right, perfect. Do you know what month that is? middle of the year or something, or
I don't know yet. I don't know the date. I just know that they coming to St. Louis.
just some rumors?
Yup.
Okay, for
They had
sure.
like a little. Dana had like a little talk with Anheuser-Busch, whatever, talking about we coming to the city this year. So, Dana, keeps his word on a lot of things. So, if they come in here, they gonna come here. So I'm waiting. I'm ready for it.
That'll go crazy. You and Charles got to be on that one.
Yeah. The two biggest names from St. Louis right now.
That's right. Put them on the map.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have one other one as far as some Michigan shit. That's like as far as you train out there. Is that where you're at right now, Michigan, or are you at home in St. Louis?
We in Michigan right now, trying.
Okay, where do you stay when you're out there?
I got my own little spot right now, so my lease coming up in about a month. Funny enough, so now I got a big ass little trailer. Matter of fact, shit. Let me show you out here.
Yeah, show it around. It's not a trailer, you said, or it is?
I just bought this boy right here. This big boy right here.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of traveling, a lot of statewide, trying to do like seminars and shit like that.
Yeah.
I hate flying. I ain't gonna lie. I hate flying. So I'm gonna be
Me
driving
too.
around, and I'm gonna be dropping into some gyms and shit like that, doing my little videos, doing some sparring work, doing my little Sean Strickland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, come through Cali. I'll come wherever you're going if you're in Cali somewhere.
Yeah, stay left.
Yeah.
Go.
Come somewhere in SoCal.
Yeah.
What do you do like every day when you're out there? Because you're like isolated, right? So you just basically go to training. You come home. You do nothing or what?
Every day we working, bro. Till the morning, afternoon, to night, bro. It's every day. Like people would probably be like, bro, like, nigga, you ain't got no other lifestyle. I ain't got shit else going on, bro. And so that's why I say for me, it's just like a lot of people like, oh, he doesn't deserve it, or, he's not going, or he's going to be exposed. We going to see, bro, because all the shit I've been doing and all the work I've been putting in, I can't see nobody at this level right now being nobody. So with me knowing that and saying that, I just can't wait to prove it. March 30th. So, yeah, man, let's just get it.
Are you ever heavy into like outside of the training and shit, especially because you're isolated? Something I'm thinking about. You ever do like meditating or like visualizing and shit like that? Like, I guess what's some of the shit you do at home? Maybe recovery or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, well, you gotta have that for your mental side, because like even when I was dealing with, just thinking about everybody else, that's why I put more focus on my man Charles. Because when I'm just thinking about myself and, just being, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Selfish, right? Being just selfish and like, man, where my opportunity? I like, why not I help another person, right? My brother, Charles Johnson, go out there, bro, and shock the world like he did, right? So I put more focus on my man Charles than I put on myself. But we kept working, and kept training. And I feel like that's the biggest thing, about this game is that, like, you can't always want for something without putting something out there first, right? Without giving something first, So I feel like the more that you give in this sport, the more you will receive at the end of the day. And I feel like right now those blessings is coming right back to me.
Okay. Yeah, so you feel like you got something from basically helping out Charles and even like a little bit of a fight feel maybe cornering him.
Just that type of energy, right? Not saying the UFC rewarded me because I helped Charles, like it's just like when you do those things, like when you put yourself out there and when you help others, like that energy, bro, it always comes back in a positive way.
Okay, gotcha. But also as far as like meditating, is that something you ever do or no, not really?
No. I mean, I visualize every day, bro, where I want to see my life. And I've been getting into this hot yoga shit, and it's real cool, bro. I don't care what nobody say, like, just to be able to relax, because this grind is so heavy, right? We banging on each other's body, no homo. But every single day, bro, we just work with each other. Right, pause. we just working so hard every day, boom, boom, boom. Like, we don't ever get time to like just depress, right? And just relax and let the body just flow into a natural state. And that with doing yoga, I really been able to pretty much tap into my mind instead of the body so much, to being able to control my emotions and control my thoughts. And you know what I mean, it ain't no badge, when you look, in the back looking at booty and shit. But at the end of the day, though, you know what I'm saying, you still gotta lock in. And I love it though, man. I think hot yoga is a good thing for me right now, definitely leading up into this fight, because it's not really about with Vicente Luque, it's not about the physical. It's gonna be all mental, this fight, right? This is gonna be about will. Who has the strongest will in this fight? And I know that Vicente Luque is a tough guy, and I know he's a durable guy. And one thing that he has on his side, or what he believes, is God. But I believe that God gives us all the opportunity, bro, to create our own divine destiny. So, while you relying on God to give you the victory, God has already gave me the power to will my victory. So, I just can't wait to see it, man. I can't wait to get in there and do my thing with Vicente.
Yeah. So are you also, you're saying you're blessed too a little bit. Vicente's playing the God card, but you got God on your side too.
I mean, big facts, because at the end of the day, a lot of guys, they put God as that number one reason why, they at the bottom or why they at the top. But, I tell people, God too busy, God got a whole universe that he looking after. So my thing is, God gave us the ability of will and gave us the ability of choice, right, to do what we want, And I feel like at the end of the day, this is my time. Like, Vicente had his opportunity. Like, he was considered, number one contender, soon to be world champion. But, like, now that my time and opportunity is coming, bro, you can't tell me you finna take it away from me, right? Because at the end of the day, as much as you believe in the book and as much as you believe in God, I believe he done gave me the same power and the same will to beat you, to put you out. So we just gonna see, man, so I'm just, like I said, man, I'm excited for this one, man.
Yeah, you're ready. And something kind of want to dive into it a little bit is, you get a lot of hate, right? Which is kind of a good thing in some eyes. But the thing that I also notice is you get a lot of love, bro. You have a lot of people that believe in you.
Yes.
I got to be fair, but including myself, I'll throw my name in that hat. I believe in you, bro. And I think that, like, there's something about you that's a little bit of an X factor. With some guys, you can't put your finger on it, but, like, you see that they got, like, a lot of potential. And I see that. I don't know why people like question you sometimes, but I will say, dude, your supporters, man, they really, they're like, this is Buckley's year and shit like that. So you're seeing that shit too. And cause you're saying, this is your year, you feel that yourself, but you have fans who also believe in you heavily like that.
Right. But when I'm glad you said, like, you got to see it for yourself first. And then other people that's around you and surrounded by you can see the confidence in you, can see the ability in you, and be like, okay, if he can see it for himself, we can see it for him as well. But those other people that you talk about, like, that's just a part of the process. You got naysayers all around that's gonna believe in a whole different alternative for you. But my thing is that you're in control at all times of what's going on. Unfortunately, my boy Bulk lost, right? I like Walk a lot, you know what I'm saying? I'm a big fan of him. But like Topuria said, a lot of people had him doubted to lose. Like, when I had put up the little poll, right? I had like 1,000 people or 800 people, whatever, make a vote. And I think Topuria only got like 13%, right? Or like people that actually thought that he was going to win. But, even that small percentage, it's all about yourself, right? It doesn't matter how many people believe in you or doubt you. If you don't believe in yourself, like, bro, you ain't never going to get anywhere. So I feel like, my belief in itself, my confidence that I have for myself, bro, and also me backing it up with the last 2 wins that I had, I believe that's what get people behind me. So, I just can't wait for the UFC to see that.
I think they're going to see it. I think it's coming 100%. I think you got even people now who are kind of, especially after your last fight, they're chattering about that. Like, people have been, I don't know if you saw it, but campaigning for you to fight Kelvin Gastelum and shit like that. So they see it, they want you to have those big fights and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. No, I haven't seen that, but yeah, that would have been a great fight. That would have been a great fight. We already tried to get that booked up a long time ago, but he dropped the bag with Sean Brady, and so no telling what he gonna do. He probably gonna be back, a year later from now, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, dudes like that only fight like once a year.
True.
And me, I've been activated, bro. Like, since I got signed with the UFC, bro, 12 fights. since 2020.
I know. I had to double check that. The last time you mentioned that to me, I was like, shit, 12 fights are like on your 11th one. That's fucking wild.
You know, but
Yeah,
like I said, it's all about choices. And on top of that too, like people forget, like me fighting at 185, that was a choice that I made upon myself that I was just gonna do that. But I didn't have to cut no weight. I didn't have to do anything extra, but just train, you know, and fight my heart out. But people don't realize, like, bro, like I only really lost one fight at 170, and that fight was against a world champion in Logan Storley, where he just held me down for like 15 minutes, you know. And another guy, but I got to redeem that fight though as well against Jackie Gosh. So we 1-1. I call that a draw, if anything, right? So I'm 10-1-1 as a welterweight. Like I really feel like my abilities at this weight class, bro, is really gonna shine, because I feel like the thoughts that everybody have about me, or the negative you know, opinions that they have about me, they see from 185 from middleweight, but they don't check all the things that I've done at 170 right now. And I ain't talking about in the past. I'm talking about my most current fights at 170, bro. I straight dominate, but don't nobody want to put that into play.
no, that's a good point. I think that maybe with like some of the other losses at 185, they're kind of counting you out a little bit, but they're not realizing that you dropped down to 15 pounds, you know? Are you still there? Yo.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. No, I was just saying that's probably a really good point, is you're getting some of the hate just from the 185 stint you were at, but this is a new kind of like new life for you at 170, and it's like you dropped down last year when you're, I think, even before you're even 30. So sometimes guys drop down when they're like getting older and shit like that, as like, but you kind of like try to get on the ball like ahead of time, and like you realize this shit earlier on, like I could drop down to 170 and probably have a better run over there.
Yeah, I mean, well,
yeah,
it was just opportunity why I fought at 185. When I got cut from Bellator after my last loss against Logan Storley at 170, I couldn't find a fight for like a year. I was out for like damn near a year, and LFA, you know, called me up with an opportunity to fight at 185, and I just took it, and I just stayed there just because whatever, they just kept calling for that 185, and then that's when we got signed at 185. And you know, yeah, I lost my first fight against Kevin Holland, who shouldn't have been fighting at middleweight either, you know, but having those like losses at that time is just like, bro, it's a whole different type of beast when you actually training and actually focus and actually tuned in. Because right there, I was just doing me. Like I wasn't really as serious as I needed to be in order to be the best in the world. But now the only thing that's on my mind is becoming the world champion. So when people be like, you know, whatever, oh man, you losing numbers on social media, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm trying to get my bank account big, you know? Because at the end of the day, I know that when I become who I'm destined to be and who I know I can be, the whole world gonna be behind me at the end of the day. But I got to get there first.
You just got to get those opportunities and keep winning.
That's it, bro. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
I was gonna talk about something with the Volk fight that you kind of mentioned, and it's good because you're talking about, you know, want to be a world champion shit. Something I just picked up a little bit on is like the confidence between those two guys all week. Like they're butting heads, bro. Even like Topuria wearing the title and shit.
Yeah.
He's also not really like succumbing to like the pressures and shit. Just basically like them both talking into existence, like I'm gonna win this. It was like just the manifesting part alone going into it was kind of crazy. Like looking back in hindsight.
And that's why you gotta be careful of what the things that you say, because you can manifest a lot of things. It is sad because it's funny, but it is whatever. But when both in the middle of the press conference was like this, you gotta be careful with shit like for real, because Andre Fiallo, he did that same shit to me, right? He was hella comfortable, like, you know, before his weigh-ins, he had a pillow and he was laying down on the pillow. It was him and Mike Johnson, actually. They was both laying on the pillow, just chilling that night, you know what I'm saying? They was like, oh, this gonna be easy. Oh, this gonna be easy work. And then, you know, obviously in that fight with me and Michael Johnson, they both got knocked out.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
so you always gotta be careful what you say, because you can manifest some bullshit as well. So
right.
You gotta be careful.
I think we might have mentioned this like the first time we talked, but I remember McGregor, he talked about Dustin Poirier going down in a stretcher, and it turned out being him.
Yeah.
It's like, the parallels. That's why you got to be careful about talking like negatively, but also it's like, sometimes I think about it like this, which is like, if you believe in, you know, manifesting yourself negatively, then it works the opposite way too. It has to work like as far as manifesting your shit positively.
Positive.
So as long as you do that more and try to like avoid that negative manifestation, I think you're chilling.
Yeah. See me like, and what you're saying is 100% true. Like, for myself, I used to write a lot. I still do. So I ain't even used to. I write down, you know, my opponent, not just of their style and what they good at, but just who they are as a person. And obviously, with Vicente, there's not much on him, right? Besides the fact that, you know, he's a durable guy, that he's a family man, you know, he's now baptized in Christianity. So I feel like for me, it's just like the only thing that takes me there with him is just knowing, right, that he has to depend on God to give him the victory, right? He cannot depend on himself. He quits in a lot of his fights. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. When he's out there, I feel like Vicente Luque is a person that is breakable, right? When you get him out there, you know, and that's why, like I said before, that's why they try to do him a favor by giving him 3 rounds. Because if it was a 5-round fight, it'd be bad for my boy. But regardless, though, it's a 3-round fight, and I plan on going out there, bro, and put it on him expeditiously, immediately, as soon as we get out there, putting that pressure on him. Because, like I said, while he's relying on God to give him the victory, I already know that God has given me the power to take the victory, period. And that's the only thing. That's why I know this is going to be a war, for sure, you know? But I think that slight difference is going to make the difference in the fight.
Is there something, too, where I guess you almost don't have to believe in God to get to, like, feel that you're going to get this victory?
I never said that now.
No, I'm not saying you don't believe in God, but you're saying he relies on God, right? He relies on God.
Yes.
So that's what I'm trying to say about you is, like, you feel like you don't have to rely on God necessarily to get a victory here.
He didn't give me all the power necessary in order to take this victory.
Yeah, you almost feel like you have it within yourself already. You're not trying to, like, get extra power elsewhere. You're content within.
No, because what's going to happen when God don't start answering? You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's why it's kind of like one of those hard ones. That's why also like predicting like a first round knockout is hard too, because then when that doesn't happen, it's like, fuck, I just said that and that didn't happen.
Well, that's the thing. I don't need a first round, I don't need a second round, but I'm coming. So I'm definitely coming, right? And if I don't knock you out, you know, props to you. But like I said, that's why I would like more rounds, because I'm conditioned as well. A lot of people like, man, my cardio. Y'all didn't see me beat that boy ass for 15 minutes and then raise my hands like it wasn't nothing. Like I ain't with, well, I was about to say morale. I'm good on the 10 rounds, but like, nigga, 5, 6, nigga, let's go, you know? But at the end of the day, bro, I got good conditioning, man. My heart rate that I'm able to push, bro, is something crazy and ridiculous, and a lot of guys cannot maintain and keep up with. And
what kind of numbers you pushing?
Some crazy numbers. We ain't got to put them out there, but some crazy numbers. Yup. A lot of things that scaring a lot of folks. Yeah.
Do you know what your like resting heart rate is at night? Can you share that one at all or not?
I gotta check though.
Oh, okay.
It's very low though. You might think I'm dead. Yeah, you can't even.
Yeah.
You can't even feel it.
No, that shit's sick though. What are you doing to like get this good cardio? I mean, you keep bringing it up how you're gonna like if it was a 5-rounder and shit.
Well, that's why I tell people like it's got to be an everyday thing. Like I do this every single day, and I push myself almost to the limits, almost past the limits. But you know, obviously, you can't break your body down, right? So I put myself to a position where you know I'm always testing my heart. Always, I gotta feel this. You know, people don't like that feeling. People don't like to feel this motherfucker burn. You know, but I didn't made it almost like a habit to do that. And I really feel like, you know, at the end of the day, even if I'm not as technical or as skilled as the person in front of me, I feel like I'm more conditioned than them. And that alone is going to put you out, right? I mean, you see the Clay Guidas, you see the, you know, Derek Elkins, you see, you know, just like, you know, and I no disrespect to them, but they not as technical but they conditioning beats a lot of people. So that's one of my mottos. I put conditioning even over technique. Now, obviously, I still have the form. I still work on technique, but I put conditioning over everything. Because if you're not conditioned to do or work those techniques, right, or apply those in the second round and the third round, you're just going to be as useless as the person that doesn't have it, right?
That's the problem. Yeah, that's why it's like 50-50. Like, you don't have that conditioning, you get submitted quickly. That's why people get submissions these days off of like basically just gassing out.
Tired. Yeah, because people tired. Yeah, so.
But I mean, your skill is up there too, so you can't be discrediting that necessarily.
No, I'm not. But that's what I put above though, right? Like that's my main thing that I really work on, and you know. But obviously, yes, I'm also a skilled fighter. But that's one thing I was working on before having the skill was the condition. Yeah,
right. Something also that interests me is a little bit of like how you become such a skilled fighter. You know, for all you guys. So like just early on in MMA, what kind of like how like. For example, right, if you look back on Sean O'Malley's Instagram, you'll see him like doing these like really underground fights back in the day. It's like, damn, this kid's been doing it forever. You think like right now with his star power, he like is soft, you know, but there's a lot of things that you guys have been through that nobody knows about before the cameras hit you. So I guess like, because I find you a really skilled fighter today, like, I guess, how'd you become such a skilled fighter, like maybe in the early days?
Well,
like you started boxing and shit?
Nothing to do with skill, blood. I'm going to tell you right now. I was just a fighter overall, man. I used to, like, the job that I used to have back working security, man, dealing with a lot of just, you know, young punks, even being a young punk myself, you know, I will always end up in these situations where, you know, we squabbling, you know what I'm saying? We banging, you know, outside, but I never had the fear to actually, you know, duke it up with somebody. And I really feel like that's one thing that puts me, a little different than other guys, because mentally a lot of guys do have still that fear or anxiety of getting in there, even at the highest level. You know, at the highest level, them being number 2, number 3 in the world, like they have that fear because, you know, in all reality, there's still a mystery of the unknown. You don't know what's gonna happen, right? You can go out there, you know what I'm saying, have a great fight, or you go out there 10 seconds, boom, get knocked out, cold, be like, hey, what happened, right? So my biggest thing is, for me, mental-wise, I feel like, you know, my early days, me not giving a fuck and me not being scared of any situation happening and throwing down, because I wasn't even scared for a situation to pop off and not realizing, like, bro, I could die in this situation. Like, those real situations like that. Where, but I didn't think like that, you know?
Yeah.
But it was more, not just arrogant, but ignorance, right? It was more ignorance than anything, you know. It's not like I was like, nigga, like, I'm ready to die, like, I'm ready to go right now, but like, I just didn't care, you know. And I felt like, you know, with that being said, when I go into that real cage, when I get into a real fight, real competitive, like, there's nothing scary about that than when I was really outside with it. Because like, people got gunplay, right? People, you know what I'm saying, shot me, killed me for the little shit that I was doing outside. So I feel like, with that being said, it's just like there's no real threat in that cage for me, if that makes sense.
That's interesting. Yeah, so you think that what makes you such a skilled fighter in a way is partially like that street experience in a way, but like the lack of fear? Yeah.
I think a lot of guys that give certain people a little too much respect, right? Not saying you can't respect them or you shouldn't respect them, because that's how you get respect too, right? But like, stop giving so much, like they not beatable. Right, like when you see the Hamzats, right, or when you see, you know, Shavkat, like a lot of guys, you know, when even when I bring them up at the PI, you know, I ain't gonna put nobody on blast, but like niggas that in the weight class, like, oh, I hate to fight them. Like, nigga, what? But you a fighter though, like, what you mean? Like, those are the dudes I want to call out, because if they the boogeyman, then what the fuck that make me when I kill them, right? So, like, that's my biggest thing. Like, you can't have any fear of fighting anybody in this game, bro. But a lot of guys do. Some it worked for, you know, a scary motherfucker knock your ass out too. But, you know, I feel like for me, bro, my mentality is a little different from everybody else's in the game.
Yeah, I mean, even correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like maybe that's what got you in trouble early on. Because, in other words, what you're almost saying is like, with your experience, it's like, how do you put it? You're almost not afraid to like go in there and be yourself, right? Like,
right, and take chances.
Because sometimes, like you're saying, when you respect someone too much, you don't really be yourself, and like, you'll basically go to your full capabilities against anyone. It doesn't matter their skill set. Yeah, it seems like that's what you're saying too.
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, well, I can give examples, even with the L, right? I can give an example.
Yeah,
like Chris Curtis showed me, like, okay, you got to be patient with a lot of shit, right? Because I didn't respect Chris Curtis at the time when I fought. I just thought his abilities didn't match up to mine. You know, I thought my boxing was way better. Whoop, all this other stuff, you know. And sometimes your ego can get you killed, right? And that's what happened. In that fight where he was just waiting. And that's what I actually stole from Chris Curtis. When you got power, you can be patient, right? See your openings, waiting, and then you expose.
Ilia.
Right? Boom, exactly. So with that being said, you know, shout out to Chris Curtis. Like, he really taught me in that fight, like, bro, you can be patient in these games, right? And like I said, it's not that overall I just don't respect him, but my biggest thing is that I don't overly just give anybody like the power that, you know, that they better than me. You know, I'm always going to think I'm the better fighter at all given times. I'm always going to believe that I didn't put in the most work because I have put in the most work, you know, but you still got to go out there and fight strategically, fight smart, and just, you know, yeah, keep yourself safe. Let's say it that way.
Yeah, and even just to take it into a training aspect, that's why I kind of mentioned that might have got you in trouble, because you know how sometimes like you won't do your best against like your professor in like jiu-jitsu or something like that, or like that's probably why like James Krause was irritated and shit, because like you're not gonna go easy on him in his gym. Like if you could kind of beat his ass in sparring, you kind of will, right? Like, but
Yeah.
I don't know, it's part of it. Like how can you give him that fake look, you know, just because you're in his
I mean,
gym?
to be honest with you, a lot of guys in a lot of gyms, they don't like sparring. They don't like the real element of sparring. Like you gotta have, like,
and that's
you
where like
gotta
the real
feel like
fighter
it's
in
a
you
real
is.
fight. Yeah. What'd you say?
I said that's where the real fighter in you is. That's what like we're talking about.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
where you're saying
yeah,
that's
yeah,
where
yeah.
you're more of a real
Yeah.
fighter in that
But
aspect.
I don't do it like every single day though. Like my
No,
thing
yeah.
is, like, people think every time we spar, like, we going to war. It's not like that. But at the end of the day, like the days that we do have those sparring where we trying to fine tune things up and we trying to get ready for an actual fight, you gotta turn it up. You gotta bang, bro. Like, what y'all talking about? Like, motherfuckers want to tap spar and do all this other bullshit, but you're not gonna get a real feel. And then that's where people have their wars at. They had their wars in the cage. I'd rather have my wars on sparring days. I'm sorry. Like, I'd rather whoop somebody's ass in the cage, you know what I'm saying, and competitively and get paid easy money than fucking go to fucking 15-minute war back and forth with them like my man Robert Whitaker and Paulo Costa. Hey, it was fun to watch though. But,
Yeah, that was a good one.
Good though, man. Fuck them type of wars, man.
You rather get the wars out of the way in the gym and make it an easy fight, you're saying?
Yep.
Yeah. And then just about that Chris Curtis thing a little bit, I heard Sean Strickland mentioning it, so I was actually going to ask you about that. You kind of got the better of Curtis in sparring, and then I guess that's why you like were kind of down to take the fight or something, and then like in the fight it didn't work out the best for you.
No, not per se.
Okay, I
yes
think that's what
and
Strickland
no.
said.
Yes and no. I guess you
Strickland was
could say
saying
like
you were
that.
confident going in.
But no, it was because of Albert Duryea, because once I beat it, because that's the other way around. Albert Duryea took the fight because he worked with me, and he thought I was easy work. You understand what I'm saying? But the reason why, because once I beat Albert Duryea and I seen Albert Duryea get him ready for, you know, his fight, Chris Curtis, you know, Chris Curtis gave him a shout out. You know, I was still just petty. I was still mad. I was like, nigga, you fuck with that nigga? All right, cool. Then I just called out Chris Curtis because he was from the same team. Because I feel like they did me that way, I'm going to do them that way, you know? But yet again, got to get away from that ego shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Shout out to Chris Curtis. He actually going to be coming out here to Michigan, man, to help me out against Vicente Luque.
Okay, bet. He hit you up for that or what?
Yeah. You're real. Yep.
Okay, dope. So he's going to fly out and stay with you for maybe like a week or something? Or?
Yep.
All right, for sure. You guys are going to be boys after that.
Oh, we been boys. Yeah,
You've been boys.
I mean, let's keep it a buck, right? As soon as you enter that cage, right, with somebody and y'all go to war, like, but at the end of the day, I feel like if we spill blood together, bro, like, we are blood brothers at the end of the day. Like, I was still able to feed my family, man, you know, with that half check I got from the UFC. But, you know, I really feel like, you know, competitors, man, they take too much personal, right? It's business. This is a business game that we in. And the more fighters that see it in that direction, man, I feel like it ain't going to be like, what's the word? I'm looking for, like, you don't have to see your opponent as your enemy, right? Like, at the end of the day, we all need each other to do what we doing, because what we doing is a weird fucking thing, right? Like we literally fighting, bro, to feed our family, bro, to get paid. Like this is our actual job. So with that being said, it's a small percentage of the world that is no. It's a huge percentage of the world that will never understand, what we do, right? And we need each other, right, in order to keep this going and keep this alive. So with all that being said, like Chris Curtis is my brother. Even Kevin Holland is my brother. Every person I step in the cage with is my brother, So, that's just a part of the game.
Yeah, I mean, well, you and Kevin Holland, who knows about you guys? You guys are like some frenemies, huh?
I feel like in my hearts of hearts, bro, it's just the competitiveness, between both of us. But at the end of the day, I ain't got no problem with Kev, and I know damn well he ain't got no problem with me. But you got to promote something, and if you feel like you want to do something and you feel like, because I feel like in my hearts of hearts, Kevin is the only person. It's not even about ranking. It's like literally Kevin can help me be that guy I'm trying to be. Because, even if I become a world champion, if I don't rematch Kev, they still be, oh, Kev got him, no, Kev beat him, all this other stuff. I feel like Kevin will be the perfect opportunity to really get my name out there,
For sure.
But that's a business move. That ain't like a personal move, because if Kevin was just losing fights and just getting beat up and stuff, I definitely wouldn't be calling, right?
But he's in your path.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yep. I got you. Yep. All right, so also I want to, by the way, I don't want to be rude, so I didn't ask you about time. Are we good? I don't know, like I got a few more, but we good for some time?
Man, I ain't doing shit.
I got some written down, so I'll make sure to get to all of them. But Ian Garry, there's a few things we could talk about there. How'd you like his fight last night? Personally, he looked a little skinny in there. He had the stick and move approach. Maybe it's the new diet that made him look slightly skinnier, but he had the stick and move approach. Yeah.
Be honest with you, man, I'm kind of disappointed in Geoff Neal. I knew that Ian Garry was gonna have to outpoint Geoff Neal to stay safe and make it to the judges. So I'm not even mad at Ian Garry for trying to survive. But Geoff Neal, man, he could have did more, man. Geoff Neal played himself. He even said it, in this little, he posted like a big ass L, bro, on his Instagram page, which is so fucking goofy. But regardless, he played himself, man. He was walking Ian Garry down with his hands down, just asking to get hit, and Ian should have been able to capitalize off of that and get a nice little knockout, be honest with you, because Geoff Neal, at the end of the day, he was getting tired. He was getting exhausted, and he was getting frustrated, right, with the movement of Ian Garry. And I really feel like, the first 2 rounds, Geoff Neal could have really put it on him, but he just chose not to. I'm gonna just have to call it like that. Like, he chose not to. A lot of shots that, he hit him with the left hand, he didn't follow up, and come back with the right. So that's on Geoff Neal, man. He dropped the bag on that one for sure. So I feel like Ian Garry is still gonna be a good fight, for somebody in the future.
Yeah, maybe you. But as far as that Geoff missing those opportunities, were you seeing a little bit of holes in Ian's game? Like Ian was open for those opportunities?
It's still there. Like he hasn't changed anything. Geoff Neal was the perfect person to really put him out. I mean, let's say, so we got this little joke, right, that we talked about. But we was wrong. So Geoff Neal need to keep the naps next time, because every time he get a clean cut, he lose. Every time he get a clean cut, and he need that Frederick Douglass. He need to get back to that Frederick Douglass. You know what I'm saying? When he beat Vicente Luque.
Yeah.
Hey, he told Vicente up with that dude. You hear me? So I don't know what it was, man. My man Geoff Neal did not fight with the same energy like he said he was going to fight with, but he didn't.
Yeah.
So, it just is what it is. Shout out to Ian Garry. He got the win, but like I said, it's gonna be some more people that's not in that name down pretty soon.
Right. He got to be like Max Holloway. You see Max? He cut his hair for his BMF fight.
Nah, I ain't see that. Nah.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have the lettuce anymore. He's got the. I called it the Edgar. But people are saying it's not an Edgar. It's a buzz cut, like a Y&I fade. They call it.
Okay. Yeah. As long as the
like that old.
See me.
Right.
I stay in the struggle until I get this fight. You know what I'm saying? You see, I got a sheep ass on my head.
Yo, actually though, I mean, I don't got it. Like, maybe I'm half as much as your hair, but dude, my hair grows the same fucking way. It's just straight.
Yeah. My shit just get nappy.
Yeah, it just
Nappy and
goes
thick.
straight out, right?
It don't go out, right? It don't go out
Yeah,
at all.
yeah,
It
yeah.
just stay like this, just pat
Facts.
it.
With Ian Garry, I was gonna say something else real quick. Oh yeah, of course. So you left that comment. I think I knew what you were talking about because of your post, but for the Perry Punch fans out there, you commented saying Ian like responded to Rampage Jackson, but not the guy who put him on his girl on Black Raw, right?
Yeah.
So what? It's because you made an Instagram post with like all those dudes like Jason Love and shit. With his girl on there, he didn't respond to that one.
He never said so I tagged his ass because you know me, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it to 150.
Yeah.
I tagged him in it, and I tagged his girl. I tagged both of them. He removed his tag. His girl didn't. So I know he's seen it because he had to remove the fucking tag. But regardless though, yeah, bro, like you respond to Rampage saying like he don't remember your name, just trying to be funny, but you don't respond like I feel like because you gotta have respect for your girl, right? More than you got respect for yourself, you gotta like you married to this woman too, right? You got a baby by this girl, like so. What anybody say about her, and it's not just like what the world say. He got ability to see me, touch me, do something to me, right? And he don't say nothing. That's wild to me. I'm sorry, that's wild to me. So I really don't feel like he love and respect that girl for real. You know what I'm saying? That's 100.
You got to come after the active fighter, not the retired fighter.
Nah, and then you want to talk about, I'll fight Sean Strickland up at 185. And, bro,
yeah.
I'm right here. And Sean ain't said what I said about your girl. You know what I'm saying? I put your girl on
you're
a poster.
wild. You're wild.
I put your girl on a poster, bro.
Bro, you came back with a bang. You haven't been on social media in like 3 months, and all of a sudden you just fucking pop out with that one.
Bro, he get them numbers up quick.
Yeah.
I'm about to go on the Ian tour. I ain't gonna lie. Ian Garry tour, bro. Get my numbers back up.
Yeah. you gotta get redemption for Rampage. You gonna what's it called? Clear his name for him since you're the active fighter, if anything.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe that could be a selling point somewhere down the line.
Yeah, Rampage gotta get me on that little show with the little Jackson podcast. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Those guys are like only like a half hour away from me too.
Okay. Yeah.
So let me know. We gotta link up if you're ever in the area.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me get to some more of them for you.
You good? Them fights was crazy as hell though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, those fights were crazy. You got Costa was fucking wild, but I gotta ask you about after it, the UFC 300 main event. People aren't too happy about it, but that's your boy Jamahal Hill.
Yeah, that's my dude. That's my dude. Be honest with you, I don't know why people not happy about it. That's a big fight. Them two big names right there, Alex Pereira and fucking Jamal. Like, bro, that's a major fight. For me personally, though, just me personally, because I love Jamal, I just don't like the timing of the fight, right? Because I feel like, you know what I'm saying, Dana was in the back, bro, nigga drinking a little something, was like, saying Jamal was like, hey, bro, what you doing April 13th, blood? Shit, Jamal like, fuck it, what you talking about? And they just lined it up just like that. I feel like that's literally how they made fucking UFC 300, bro. Like, Jamal just happened to be out there. Dana just happened to be area. Right there. Yeah. Just in the area. He talking about, hey, we need somebody real quick. We ain't got nobody. John Jones and tore his pectoral muscle. Conor McGregor, he's still on a yacht, fucking hoes. You know what I mean? Like, shit, Ham's out, he out because of Ramadan. And that's the thing I gotta respect Belal for, right? He said he don't care. Like now that wouldn't be the 300 main event that everybody want, but at the end of the day, he was available. That could have been a realistic fight to make, Leon versus Belal, right?
I thought they were gonna do. Apparently, he wasn't even offered.
But still, it would have been something respectable.
Yeah. Apparently, Belal didn't even get offered the fight. That's how Dana last night said 3 people basically turned down the fight or whatever with Leon. Yeah. Belal wasn't even one of the 3 offered.
Damn, who was with it? It would have been Nah, it wouldn't been Usman.
Kamzat, right?
For sure.
Who else could have been? Trying to think of the top right now, welterweight.
Colby already fought him and lost to him. Terrible.
Yeah, Colby already lost. Should I pull up the welterweight rankings right now?
Yeah, you can.
Let's just see real quick.
It couldn't have been Shavkat. What number Shavkat is now?
Shavkat's like pretty low. Shavkat's not even Oh, Shavkat's number 2. Yeah,
Leon
maybe
Colby.
they offered Shavkat.
Yeah, that's the only people it could have been. It's either Hamzat and Gilbert or Belal. That's the only people I can think of on the top of my head. Yeah.
Oh, I think, yeah, it must have been Shavkat, Belal, or no, because Belal wasn't offered. So it must have been either Shavkat or Khamzat. But I think it was only 2. I think Dana said 3 to make it seem more, but he's like, he turned down like 3 guys. So, I mean, if it was 3 guys, he should just say he turned down 3 guys.
Right.
Maybe he was exaggerating with one extra
And that's
name.
the sad part, right? So it's not that the UFC wasn't trying to build up UFC 300. Niggas be declining. They don't be showing up. So that's just crazy. Because, like, for me, no matter how I felt or what was going on, I always showed up. That's why I got so many fights, right? And people be like, you know, and yes, obviously, right? Yes, the UFC give me the opportunity to get paid, but damn, I'm showing up to put on a show. I'm also doing something, right? I'm also sacrificing myself. Like I said, even with this Vicente Luque fight, yeah, this gives me an opportunity, but I'm helping the UFC out by putting on this fight, right? I could have been like, no, I'm busy, right? But at the end of the day, it's just like, bro, I'm here to do what I need to do, bro, right? To be one of the best. And if it takes that, right, being active, staying active, and going out there, bro, and putting these dudes' lights out, that's what I'm finna do. But these dudes don't be trying to fight, bro. Well, that's crazy.
No, yeah.
And that's the crazy. Well, and Dad'll be like, motherfucker be making too much money. What? That ain't even no excuse. Because you telling me I'm finna make some more money, I'm finna get a bag.
Of course,
bro,
right?
How much money I got in the bank? Bro, Floyd still boxing to this day. Dude got down there $200 million in the bank, if not more right now, right?
Yeah.
Still boxing.
You're talking about how Dana last night was saying that about McGregor, or he's been saying that?
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about. I think it's there's more to it. It can't be that. McGregor wants to fight. Like, I don't know what it is.
My thing is, it's about timing, right? I think it is the leg issue, right? I think I don't think he's 100% yet. And once McGregor, it feels like he's saying he's ready, but when Conor say, like, no, and I don't mean like say as in Twitter-wise, but when Conor tell the UFC over the phone, Dana White, all right, set it up, it's going to get set up, bro. I don't give a fuck what's going on. They had canceled UFC 300, the whole card. If that nigga Conor be like, hey, I'm ready to pull up. You think I'm playing? You think I'm playing, bro? They would do that for Conor because Conor pulled those type of numbers. They'll shut UFC 300 down right now.
Because there's like this story which Dana denied, but how Conor is basically being held out because they're saying, right, Conor's got 1 fight left on his deal. I don't know if any of it's true, but Conor's got 1 fight left on his deal. The UFC wants to sign a new TV deal sometime this year, and basically they want Conor under contract by the time they sign the new TV deal so they get more money. But Conor doesn't want to sign a new contract. He wants to fight this out so he can fight Pacquiao or some shit. This is some wild shit. Like, I don't even know how much is true or not, but
I mean, that definitely can be true because it's definitely a possibility for Conor to do that.
Yeah.
But regardless,
but I don't think he would do the UFC like that. Like, because Dana said Conor's never done that to us.
Well, you know, you can't never say never, but I would have to give Conor that kind of loyal ass dude, right?
Yeah, he would keep him in.
If Conor wanted to do his own thing a long time ago, he would have. He definitely would have. So
right.
I feel like the reason why we waiting to see that fight is because Conor's not ready right now. That's just the God honest truth. He's just not ready right now. It has nothing to do with money. Because if he feels like fighting, he gonna fight.
Right.
But I feel like he feel like there's still some things he needs to tune up. And once he feel like he 100%, then he gonna come back out and do his thing.
That's a good point. Also, just part of it is I feel like once we see him over in Vegas at the PI start shutting that place down like he used to, you know, parking out front.
Yeah,
that's when he'll be ready to go. Yeah,
they shut everything down for Conor. Only rightfully so, bro. That's $1 billion fight. Like, for real.
Yeah, facts.
That's $1 billion fight.
Facts. All right, so a couple more. Johnny Eblen. This is a good topic. Johnny Eblen. You see that motherfucker?
What you talking about though? Before I say anything, what you talking about?
All right. Let me give you the full story of this guy. This guy goes out and shoots a promo with an OnlyFans model. Maybe it's not promo, maybe it's real. But he's got a fucking wife, bro, or something, or maybe a girlfriend. He posted his girl the next day saying how much he loves her and shit like that, or whatever the case. And then I saw another screenshot of this guy on
Yeah.
another OnlyFans models page being like, hey, baby, like, let me show you a real man. Like, let a real man show you a good time or some shit like that. I gotta pull it up. But this
That's
guy's in 3 different women right now. What's up with that?
Hey, if his girl with it, or if his girl's with it,
Yeah, then it is what it is, right?
I can't be mad about it, but regardless, that's that man, that's his life, you know. Like you said, it might be promo, it might be some, you know, a little weird little advertising shit. Them hoes might be paying him, right?
Yeah,
Hoes
seriously.
might be paying him, but my thing is, I can never put myself in a position where I'm even playing. Like I'm giving a girl $75,000. $75,000 on just shopping.
He corrected her and he said it was 85.
Yeah, sorry, bro. Yeah, couldn't do it. I couldn't even play like that, you know, because you're talking about that's somebody's whole fight per.
Facts.
Shit, some motherfuckers on your nigga, they gotta win and get the bonus in order to get that type of purse. You know what
seriously.
I'm saying? Like, and you spending that shit on bags and shit, but I'm guessing he making some good money over there with PFL now, you know?
Well, that's what I was wondering. It's like, do you think he's made that money already to be able to spend that? Like, I don't know, but
I can't count my man pockets.
I guess not. But he's a champion, so maybe defended the belt a couple times.
Bigger than that though, bigger than besides spending your money on these tricks, that's gonna be a big fight though. Him and Impa, that's gonna be a big one.
Yeah, man.
How
you see that one
got a big test in front of him because Johnny, he ain't no joke. You know, Eblen ain't no joke, man. He's really good, bro. Not just even with his grappling and his wrestling, bro. Like his footwork, getting into his striking is really good. I really feel like that Impa, he gonna really have to slow that movement down somehow, some way. I feel like Impa can get the knockout though. Don't get it twisted. I feel like Impa got enough power to really put Johnny out, but he gonna have to find that shot early, in my opinion. Yeah, that's gonna be a good ass fight though between both of them.
No, it is, and you know, Impa's on some like type of spiritual journey. It seems like, this guy is fucking.
That nigga could fight King Kong and knock him out, right?
Yeah, seriously. He's still trying to get that.
I ain't
Francis
mad at
fight.
him though. Hey, like I said, you know, no matter what we think, if he believes it, that's all that matters. You know, so
100%.
Whatever happens, but you got to see it for yourself first. You know, so that's it. You know, you ain't gonna force me to believe the bullshit, but you know.
Facts. He said something that was kind of cold though. I thought it was kind of cold. He's like, I don't want it to be seen as a joke. Like, there's nothing facetious about it. Like, I'm not laughing about it. Like, I'm dead serious. I'm like, all right, but no more joking around. Like, I won't joke around with you anymore. Yeah.
I'm just trying to.
He was cool about it. Yeah. No, but he was just calm. He's like, there's nothing facetious about it. Like, I don't even want it to be seen as a joke.
Cause I know, and I can see it in his eyes that he's not playing, but still, I'm a fighter too, right? And it's just like, just the reality of things, you know. As much as I am a fighter, and I ain't scared to fight nobody. Don't get it twisted. I'm jumping Francis, nigga. I ain't finna sign no about this big ass. Like, Francis for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit don't make no sense. So with Impa saying that he want to do what he trying to do, like, you going straight back to old school rules of fighting where there was no weight class, you know, and it was just the man versus man, you know, with whatever skill sets that you got, you walk into with. But you got to realize the evolution of this game to change. So now you got skillful fighters. Now you got to put your attributes behind it. Who's the fastest one? Who the strongest one? Who the big one? Who the longer one, right? Because now you're both skilled. And right now you're losing on all them attributes, bud. You know, I don't care if you got the same skills as Francis Ngannou, the same exact skill set, right? You losing just because of the size alone, you know? But regardless, because one thing I did catch his ass too when he said this, you know what I mean? And, you know, I don't want Impa like to be whatever thing, I'm on some hate shit, but it's just 100 though. But he said it's not Francis itself, it's the idea of Francis. That makes sense? It's not like he targeting Francis, you know, to fight him, but it was like, I want to fight somebody like that, right? Right. Just because he only brought him up because Francis is that dude right now.
He wants to fight the king.
You know what I mean? Let it been
Fedor or somebody. He would have fought Fedor.
Right. I was about to say a whole different name, bro. I was about to
say it.
Yeah, let's say Fedor. Let's say Fedor, right? And he brought him up, right?
Yeah.
Not saying he doesn't have the ability to beat OG like Fedor, right? but you still gotta account, man, that there's weight classes for a reason. The reason why I was a 50-50 fighter at 185 because that's not my natural weight class. It's not that I can't get no wins at 185. It's not that I can't beat guys at 185, but I better pick them wisely. That makes sense?
Right,
George
right.
St. Pierre, when he beat my nigga Michael Bisping,
Yeah.
George St. Pierre came up out of retirement. It was like, shit,
That was a good pick.
Belt? Right,
Yeah.
right. Boom. Not Michael Bisping out, choked him out, you know, and got his ass up out of it because he knew if he kept that belt, he would have to run into what? Robert Whitaker, Israel Adesanya, Paul Acosta. Probably wouldn't do so well against those.
He didn't want any of that.
Respectfully so, because you niggas bigger than, right?
100%. Yeah, it's business move.
So like I said, you know, shout out to Impa. If he does make that happen, I'm definitely gonna be watching and praying.
Right.
For my man, you hear me?
Got your Bible out.
That definitely will be exciting, but I'm more excited about this realistic fight that's coming up between Johnny and Impa.
And just to let you know a little bit about the fight. By the way, just if you have to go, just like tell me. It's not a big deal, and we'll end the interview.
Bro, you good, bro? You tell me when you. Yeah, I ain't doing.
All right. Well, I got a few more
working out, bro. I'm good, bro. I'm about to rest, and then shit. I have bro. I got like 4 hours before I hit the gym again.
Okay, bet. All right.
Yep.
So I was gonna say about the Johnny, Eblen, and Impa fight. Shoot, I just drew blank for a second. Oh no, this is what I was gonna tell you. So the fight, right? If you don't know, because I was talking to Impa and he told me all like the breakdown of it. I guess what this shit is it's they're not fighting even for Johnny Eblen's belt. I don't know if you know that or not, but they're fighting for like this created title, kind of like same as Francis Tyson Fury, where they created a belt, and so it's like the champion's belt. That they're gonna be fighting for.
I guess that makes sense because they actually keeping Bellator and
right.
PFL separate. So I thought PFL did buy Bellator, but Bellator is still running as its own promotion. It's just PFL is now the owner of it, which I think is kind of cool as well. They didn't just scratch the whole goddamn promotion. But yeah, I guess that makes sense, you know?
Yeah, and it's 3 rounds, so it's not like a 5-rounder, but I mean, it's still kind of a title fight in that case because they're fighting for that belt. But
well, you got the best versus. I would say other than that, you got the best versus the best, right?
Right.
You have 2 guys from different organizations who fought at the highest level, who both submitted their name with that belt, fighting each other, bro. That's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, who cares if it's 3 or 5 rounds, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. And then I guess, too, this will be one of those things where every year until they get rid of Bellator or they merge the two completely, it'll be like a Bellator versus PFL champions annual thing. So basically the winner of
I feel like this needs to be a one-time thing.
You think it needs to be one time?
Hey, yeah, I did think it needs to be a one-time thing for sure.
Fair
because no, for real, like because at the end of the day, it's just like not even a mystique, but just to be able to glorify that, right? Now that you done bought this other promotion, now you have the best going up against the best, and once you submit that, because that, like I said, I thought that from the beginning that PFL was just gonna buy Bellator and scratch that and just take the Bellator fighters and bring them into PFL, and now they're PFL fighters. But they still keeping Bellator for whatever our reason, like its own little thing, and let them do that. But I don't think it's gonna be like I think it's a one-time thing, bro, when you got these one fighters, bro, who are all at the best and in their prime right now fighting each other, bro, to try to build this up, to build up the PFL and this promotion, because this actually is one of the biggest events of the year when you talk about MMA, right?
Yeah, historic.
This PFL versus Bellator thing, I think this is a big deal. But to try to make this a thing every single time, like when everybody know that at the end of the day, it's still just PFL, like I think it'd be kind of dumb to do some shit like that.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting because, like I was going to also say, is that if Impa were to win, then he is, like, going to fight the PFL champ of 2024, if that makes sense. Because Bellator, the person who wins that champs fight, fights the winner of the PFL. So it could work out where just 2 PFL champs are fighting each other, which it doesn't make sense. And this one's kind of like Pride versus UFC, when, like, Rampage came over and shit like that, and all those other guys.
Yep.
It was just one-offs. Some of them got title shots and shit.
Yeah. This is like a one-off, type of situation. Like you can't just keep doing this, because like I said, at the end of the day, they all PFL fighters.
Right.
You can put a different name on it, you can put a different title on it, but at the end of the day, they all signed to the same people right now, which is PFL now. And but like I said, I'm excited for this first event that they about to have in Saudi Arabia. I'm also excited about Claressa Shields. She going out there. She finna get a good. She been training with us as well.
Oh, really?
The whole time. Yeah, she been training with us the whole time. So my
Hell
coaches
yeah.
just went out there today. So they gonna be seeing her out there in Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia, and getting that work in with her. She got a good fight though on her hands.
Yeah, she just got bumped up, right? Because some pitbull pulled out or something. I think she got bumped up a little bit higher on the card.
Oh, she probably did. I gotta see that. I don't know. Yep. She'd be the first
trying to get that
female
Cyborg.
fight ever. She'd be the first female fight ever in Saudi Arabia. That's crazy.
Oh, really?
That's
wow.
crazy. Yeah.
Dope.
So making history already with that. Yeah.
Yeah, good for her. Good for her.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to get that Cyborg fight though. Hopefully she can win this and then maybe get that Cyborg fight.
Yeah, I don't know why Cyborg trying to duck her or trying to make her cut down 147. Like, bitch, you finna make $2 million. Get your ass one for $2 million.
They want to fight in MMA or boxing?
PFL? It'll be boxing. They want
boxing.
Yep, it'll be a boxing bout.
So she's trying to weight drain her because she's gonna come to her sport.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's how it
my
goes.
thing, like, it's like, well, go get your money, girl. Like
yeah,
you get your ass, but get your money though.
if you want it, yeah, it's theirs. You just gotta maybe like not make her weight drain herself.
Because at the end of the day, Clarissa's gonna keep getting opportunity. That's the thing, right?
Yeah, because she's the best in women's boxing.
Exactly, right? So she gonna keep Cyborg like this is like your only moment where you can really get some cash, and some money, for doing what you're doing. And I don't know, damn shit. When did Cyborg fight last? Shit, I know she got cut from the UFC a while back, but shit, I can't even remember the last time she fought. So I know she needs that bread, So she need to go ahead, do that. Yeah.
All right, that's a good one. And since we're on the topic, another kind of weight draining topic in a way, Kayla Harrison, part of the UFC now, but she's going to be cutting down like from 155 down to 135, right?
You got to realize she cut to 155.
That's crazy. Yeah, she cuts to 155.
I don't know how she going to do it. I talked to Ali low-key. I talked to him, because, he manages her. And I'm just like, hey, bro, like, is she really going to make the weight? And he said, come, brother, you don't think we split money, hundreds of thousands of dollars on just a fake weight cut and seeing if she's good? Yeah, she's good. She's going to make it. Now, I hope I'm not, talking or putting my foot in my mouth, because even him, I think in my heart, even him know is a possibility that she ain't going to make weight. There's a great possibility that she ain't going to make weight. But, regardless, though, if they put the work behind it and they got a process and they got a system and, because they said they did a whole little test cut beforehand. So if that's real, and if she did that, and she signed that contract knowing that she could make it, so we'll see. But how is she gonna perform is gonna be a whole another issue too.
Yeah, definitely. And I think she just needs that time to like schedule her fight like far out because she needs to like lose some of that muscle. Because you already know too, because you drop down, you'll just gain back that muscle will just come back if you don't like actually break it down, right, and like get rid of it, because it'll just like replenish as soon as if you're not doing it right.
Yep, exactly. And then it makes it harder. And then for yourself, a lot of people forget it's just like not just even just water loading, right? But making sure that your brain, right, once you get that weight down, you get that brain rehydrated back up. Because a lot of people when they as soon as they make the cut, they drink, what the PI give us, we get like these little replenished little hydration drinks that we drink, they get straight to eating. You got to get the fluids back into your body immediately as much as possible. And my thing is, I don't even try to touch no food. I'm just drinking. I'm guzzling to try to replenish this brain, because a lot of people, that's what they don't understand. That's where those knockouts come from. Them devastating knockouts come from them bad weight cuts that people be having. And that brain don't know how to really, once they get rattled, they ain't got no liquid in there to flush.
Right.
It just be crashing in that bitch. Boom, boom.
Facts. Yep. I saw that because there's a cushion, right? There's like some small film or something of the water that's a barrier between your brain and your skull. That's what I'm saying. It'll fucking bang across.
Yeah.
But bro, I don't know if you saw it ahead of time, but I saw that shit going into the Aljo fight with Sugar. I was like, yeah, man, they're turning him around in like this quick of a time frame, and he cuts a fuck ton of weight. That's not going to be good for his brain.
Yeah.
I kind of saw that one happening a little bit.
Shot, but most
it was, but maybe if he had time to recover, he could have taken a couple more or something.
Yeah,
He was done after that shot, you know? So that's why I thought that.
Out of there. But, so, like I said, for me, I feel like I still haven't gotten to the point where I feel like I'm replenishing myself. Like, too bad. I think 170 is, like, perfect. Like, me trying to go down to 155, hell no. Like, right there, that is too much. But you got guys my size walking around 190 that cut to 155, right? So, but I feel like in my hearts of hearts, like, that's what really hurts guys more than anything, when they try to cut as much weight as possible, you know, even if you do got a system, even if it's something that's you've been able to succeed with, I feel like at the end of the day, in the long run, it's not going to be good for you.
Right.
Because your body's not going to be able to recover. Yep. Nah.
Yeah. And it's like, you could take better shots, you know, if like Paulo Costa, you know, you see those big ass shots he's taken. I mean, he's a pretty big guy, but I feel like the muscle, you know, that extra muscle on you is better anyway than just being skinny and cutting down to 55.
Paulo Costa could be a clean ass 205.
He could be, yeah. Probably like, take a bigger shot at 205.
The fight that we saw between Marvin Vettori and Paulo Costa, bro, was an example. Like, nigga, they need to be like heavyweights, both of them.
Yeah.
You know? Because the fight that they had put on. Because at the end of the day, my man still, if you're not able to fight for 15 minutes, bro, point blank, I don't think you need to be fighting in that weight class. Or you need to be working on your conditioning, you know. But those guys, when they fought each other, I think it was a 5-rounder too, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was main event.
They fought their heart out for 5 motherfucking rounds, right? Because they was both conditioned to be at that weight. You're not conditioned when you know, cutting or depleting yourself, right? Because your body's not able to recover, not just from the brain, but the heart is not able to keep up, right? The muscle fatigue comes in, the lactic acid is getting flushed through. So I really feel like, you know, what the one does is really great. Like, you know, you got to be hydrated in order to be in a weight class. I feel like they need to do that, right?
Yeah, but, that's a good one.
But obviously, you're not going to get the same little crazy. The UFC won't knockouts, though.
Right, they do.
UFC want to see dead bodies.
Better for the entertainment, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it is, unfortunately, you know, but that's why fighters got to be smart on what they're doing with their career.
Yeah, and if you're cutting all that weight, I guess like for Paulo Costa and Marvin Vettori, with them being up that extra weight class, it seems like when you have a little bit of extra fat or a little bit of extra, you know, glycogen in your muscles, you got some to burn. But when you burn it all fucking the night before, it's stupid.
Did you see him on the scale? Paulo Costa on the scale?
That time he was thicker.
He was
that thick, last time.
I'm talking about not an ounce of fat on him, though. Nothing on him.
Oh, this week.
This week, yeah.
And when you don't have that fat, you don't have energy.
Yeah, I mean, my man was straight depleted, bro.
Right.
But at the end of the day, like I said, bro, like guys got to just be smarter on what they doing with their careers. But if that's how you feel like, you know, that's what you want to do, then that's what you do. But the UFC didn't already got it set up, man. Like, they like it like this. That's why you see, you know, each weight class, man, you know, 10 pounds apart. And then when you get up to the heavier weight classes, bro, they 20 pounds apart. Damn, there's shit, 60 pounds, right? 205 or 206 to 265. Like, they want to see these knockouts, baby. You know?
No, it's facts, though. I mean, good for the fans, but I guess you guys got to be smart for yourself, right?
Yeah.
You got to tell them no if that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to limit it down to only like 10 more minutes here. I'll get you out of here.
Okay.
I wanted to ask, though, with your cutting weight and shit like that, how do you do it? Because everybody has different methods and shit. Do you, like, count your, you know, proteins, carbs and shit? Do you more, like, go to a natural food diet? Like, you don't eat, like, late at night? Like, what's the deal with you?
Yeah, mine's not, like, rocket science at all, bro. It's simple stuff, man. It's common sense things. You know, I don't, you know, eat candy, don't eat no sweets. Like you said, don't eat at night. So when 9 o'clock hit, I don't have anything in my system. I might take, you know, some drinks. Might replenish myself with some coconut water. I got some juices. I keep some sparkling water too, as well. You know, because don't drink any sodas. No, anything that's high in sugar, bro. I try to eliminate drastically. But when you talk about your proteins and you talk about your vegetables and shit, bro, just eat as much as you want, bro. Of the vegetables, bro. Just be munching like that shit like you a motherfucking rabbit. And when it comes to my proteins and shit like that, bro, just a handful or whatever is as big as my hand, that's just fine, you know. So I got some salmon in there, cut up, that I got made up. I got some rice in there that I put together, but we just keep that same little meal sets, bro. I mean, my thing is, like, I'm not sacrificing anything crazy, and it's not bad when I realize, bro, I'm finna make a whole bag when I do this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So when
you just gotta
people
cook
say,
yourself
like,
clean
oh,
food.
corn or right. Like, yeah, it's healthy for me, but I ain't doing it because it's healthy for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing it because I'm about to get this bag. You know, so that's where the payout is from. You know, that's why I'm able to stay disciplined and keep eating the same things over and over and over again, because I know the reward is gonna come right after that.
Yeah.
So yeah, people make it more than what it has to be sometimes.
I agree. I also kind of stick to that same kind of diet. One of the things I do actually is just like if I eat dinner, right? Like you said, you can eat as much of the vegetables or whatever as you want.
Yeah.
But what I'll do too is like I just won't keep going back to it. Like I'll basically, if I eat dinner, right, I will eat all the vegetables I want right there in that meal. But when I'm done with the meal, I won't go back and eat more vegetables, because I gotta, you gotta let it like digest, like common sense. But I'm just putting it out there for anyone who's like trying to like learn.
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah. Fucking around, I just eat food. They just keep eating. They like, hey, you said I can eat as much as I want.
Yeah. They're like hungry before bed and they snack more. Yeah, it's like you got to cut it off.
But yeah, even just going off what you say, like when you eating stuff like that, it's a good source of energy. So even though, yeah, we put in our energy, you're still gonna gain, when you say necessarily weight, but it's good fuel you putting in your body, right? A lot of people when they snacking and when they got certain shit, they got cookies, they got chips and all this other shit. Yeah, you can eat that shit all day, right? And not even feel full, from it, right? But that's the worst fuel that you put in your body. But even if I'm eating something, right, like you said, with the carrots, or you know what I'm saying, eating avocados, or eating, whatever, like carrots, lettuce, spinach. If I'm just eating it all day, regardless if I'm gaining weight from it, it's good fuel to burn, right? I'm able to work out longer. I got a good source of fuel that I'm able to burn off with. And I feel like that in itself, I don't usually feel full when I'm eating that type of stuff, but I do feel like I'm able to push a little bit harder when I got it in my system, if that makes sense, right? Instead of just having like some junk that I got, you know what I mean? I ate at Wendy's or some shit, or I ate at McDonald's, I'm able to go for about, 15 minutes and then I got to hit the toilet. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's why.
So I feel like, it's just all about what you put in your body.
Right. 100%. And that's why too, it's like when you eat the chips and shit, it's that's why they call it like empty calories in a way, I think, because it's like you eat that, but like you're saying, you still are lacking, like, let's say you're dehydrated, right? You eat chips, like you're getting no potassium that you would have got from like a banana, which is like good fuel. Like when you're burning the banana, part of burning the banana is the potassium going to your muscles, or like even like if you eat almonds or something like that, I think there's like zinc in it, right? So it helps you like sleep. Like, there's some shit to it. You gotta you gotta look into that stuff for sure, because it helps your body be like optimal.
Right. And people forget that natural foods are natural healers. A lot of people like, man, what supplements do you take? The food that I eat are the supplements. So I might not know all the benefits that spinach might give my ass, right? I know it's good for me. I don't know all the benefits avocados give my ass, but I know it's good for me, right? So all these things, when I'm eating them, I already know that it's a good benefit to, why I'm eating it. So that's why I stick to them. But I know that if I grab a bag of Doritos, that ain't gonna do shit for me, right? Like if I'm grabbing some Skittles off the counter, ain't gonna do shit for me, right?
You're just gonna shit it out, basically.
Pretty much, right? And a lot of guys, it's still even in this, at the highest level, I see guys, bro, they eat like shit.
Makes no sense to me.
No, I don't. Definitely, like I said, because this is how we all get paid. This is how we get our money. So even if you're talking about, changing the smallest thing, I'm gonna change that, right? If it helps, I'm gonna change it. But that's actually one of the biggest things. What'd you say?
Do you cook for yourself too, or like?
Yeah, I ain't got no
you
cook
do all your
for this
cooking.
motherfucker. I ain't got no girl up in this bitch, bro. That's why, like I said, I'm finna go out there, bro, and hurt somebody, bro. Because like I just sacrificed so much time away from my family, so much time, not socializing, not being around people, not partying, not going out. Like, bro, we just been locked in, bro. Just been locked in. Yeah.
No, yeah, and like, so okay, like I just like to go behind the scenes a little bit. So like, just for me, like, when you're out there in Michigan right now, you're probably by yourself. You literally just hit the grocery store by yourself, Mr. like UFC
Bro.
fighter. Like, did people ever like recognize you and shit? Like, how does that feel?
And it throws them off because I go to the movies by myself. I do
really?
I do a lot of things. I do a lot of things by myself, and it kind of throw people off because somebody look like, and they be like, nah, that can't be him because he should be with some other people. But like, yeah, bro, I like to do shit by myself. Shit. Like I hit this gym. I hit one of like just the random gyms, like a Planet Fitness, whatever. It was just working out and just chilling. He's like, dude, come up, like, are you Joaquin Buckley? I'm like, yeah. He's like, why are you here? Like, you should be at a real gym. I said, motherfucker, this is a real gym. You got real weight, real machines, shit. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, like I tell people all the time, bro, like I'm that same dude that was hustling to get into the UFC, bro, because I'm still trying to make things happen. So I'm not finna change up or act different because of whatever, because now that I'm signed with the UFC. Like, I ain't, you know, like, not saying I ain't nobody special, but like, I don't think of myself any bigger, right? I'm still working, I'm still hustling, I'm still grinding to be that guy. I'm not that guy yet.
That's crazy. I wouldn't know how it feels, but yeah. So you just kind of are in there. You fucking just keep your head down, do your thing. But you gotta feel like sometimes people are looking at you, so you gotta look up sometimes and see if they're noticing you and shit. It's probably a weird one.
I don't do that at all.
Oh, you just keep your head down. They can come up to you.
I keep it moving. Yeah. Ain't got no time to look up. Yeah. I keep it moving,
Fair
man.
enough.
Because at the end of the day, like I said, bro, you know, I'm just trying to get mine, bro, just like the next person. And right now, I ain't even got it. I'm not even close. Well, shit, I guess I am a lot closer now coming March 30th. But, you know, once I fight Vicente Luque and I beat him, I think that's really going to be the changing tide, bro, of my career. And that's when things is going to be just a little bit more different. Just a little bit more different. Yeah.
Yeah, man, facts. Okay, so I'm just going to end it like this. First of all, there's a guy on Twitter. His name's Sodapop. I got to mention him. You ever see him? He's been throwing you a lot of love, bro. A lot of fucking love.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about. I think I know.
He's like exactly a kid. It seems like. Based off his profile
say the
picture.
Name again. Say
Sodapop?
the name again.
Sodapop?
Sodapop. Nah.
I'll DM you, or I'll send you a screenshot of his thing so you can see it. But bro, this guy's like, Buckley's gonna be world champ 2024. Like, this is the year his title reign begins. Like, this guy's all on you, bro.
No. Yeah. Okay. Nah, I ain't know Sodapop though. I ain't know that was the name of Sodapop. But I know exactly what you're talking about because he's the only person that be on that shit. Hey, but
he's hilarious though.
Yeah.
Every time I post about you, he's the first one to like it. I actually DM'd him. I was like, yo, you want to meet Joaquin when I interview him next? And then he just like, he liked it. He's like, I tell him I said, what's up?
Oh, okay, that's what's up. That's cool. Yeah. That's cool. Hey, man,
I had to mention him.
Like I said, you know, shout out to him. But, you know, when you have that type of confidence and belief in yourself, bro, other people will see it and they'll rock with you. So I appreciate all that love he be giving me whenever I got a fight coming out. I believe he do post about it, and he also be like, you know, certain matchups he want to see. It be some dope ass matchups that even myself, I'm like, hell yeah, let's make that happen, you know. So
the UFC should hire him. Honestly, when I saw that, I was like, damn, this kid's pretty good. Yeah. All right. I'll be mad at myself if I don't ask you this one, but I promise this is the last one. You used to work at fucking Walgreens. I was gonna ask you last time, but like, you eventually quit, right? When you started making a little bit more money in the UFC. So what's it called? Because you also had a son and shit like that, you know, all that stuff, and you have a baby girl on the way. But what was it like working at Walgreens back in the day? Because everyone can relate to working like a regular job and kind of making it a little bit to where you can quit.
Shoot, I know, yeah. I mean, working at Walgreens is just another job like anything else, man. Shit, you're not wanting to show up to that motherfucker, be showing up, you know, about 10, 15 minutes late, call them, hey, bro, I'm on the way right now. But it was cool, and I was working with some cool people, man. They like the people that I was working with, man, just real humble people, bro, you know. And for me, I feel like at the end of the day, I still come from that, right? That beginning, and I can't never forget where I started at, right? When a lot of people, when they start off in this journey of, you know, trying to be the best in the world, like, they forget where they come from at the end of the day. And I really feel like that all the work that I put in, you know what I'm saying, regardless of the 9-to-5 job, you know, but me hopping on a bus, you know what I mean, to get to wherever I need to go, you know, me talking to the guys, you know, on the corner store, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, even the homeless dude that's trying to ask for a little bit of change, bro, but I get that nigga something to eat instead, you know, like, all those little things, man, that put me in position to be in the UFC, I feel like set me up for where I am today, and I can't forget that stuff. So, you know, with me thinking about, you know, Walgreens and thinking about, you know, the early jobs that I had, I feel like all that stuff plays a part to, you know, where I am today. You know, why I'm so successful, where my hunger comes from, why I want to work so hard, right? Why I want to make all this type of money, how to get the Conor McGregor money, right? And not trying to be disrespectful, I don't want to go back to it, right? Because at the end of the day, it was a hard lifestyle. You know what I mean? Good people, though. Good people that work those jobs and do those type of things. But I'm not trying to go back to that. If anything, I want to help people in those type of situations, right? To help better their lives as well, you know? But I feel like, you know, a lot of people, they like to forget where they came from, you know what I'm saying? And when you do that, you end up going right back to it. So I try to remember and keep myself grounded and keep working as hard as I'm working right now to put myself in a better position constantly.
Right. And like you said, you don't want to go back, but if you never were there, you wouldn't know that you don't want to go back necessarily.
Right. Well, you would never work so hard, right?
Right.
Because a lot of people that, you know, are given any type of situation of comfort and, you know, anything where, you know, it's leisure, like they ain't never had to work for it. They ain't never had to grind for it. So they don't know what it's like not to have it, right? Because it's already been given to them. But when you ain't never had nothing and you done worked your whole life and you still don't come up with shit, right? Like it puts a different type of hunger in you. It puts a different type of mentality behind you. So I feel like even for myself, man, like I didn't put myself in a position like this because I worked for it every single day, bro. I've been grinding and putting my mind for it. And now it's finally finna show off, right? It's finally finna pay off, you know? And even then, it's still cheap money to me, you know? It's better money, but it's still cheap to me, bro. And because I'm really trying to work to make them M's, right? To really solidify, you know, my career and really put myself in a position where, you know, I can really say I changed my life.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm there right now, so I can relate to you, bro. I got to start making some money off this quickly. So that's why I thank you for always taking the time and all that shit, man. Cause
it ain't never gonna be quick though. That's the sad part, bro. It ain't never gonna be quick, but it's about constant growth, constant and staying consistent in what you're doing it every day. 100%. And I see you doing it, bro. You have top, you know, fighters on, you know, on your platform. So, you know, you keep doing what you're doing, man, because you show us real love, you ask us real questions, man, and that's always gonna pay forward, bro, because we always gonna remember that. You understand? Like I said, I want to get this interview with you first before anybody else. You know?
Yeah. So I appreciate you again, man. I really do.
Yes,
what was your job description at Walgreens?
Oh, and then I was shift leader. I wasn't doing shit.
I saw that picture of you in the back. Like, there's a picture of you sitting in the back fucking room. I was like, what do you do back there?
What picture you saw?
I went back on your Instagram and like I saw you sitting in some like manager office or some shit, but that's what you were probably doing, just like sitting there. Like
they got, it was like a little baby shower thing that they had got something for my son at the time. Okay, yeah, you were way back, boy.
Bro, I was looking back in there. I saw the calisthenics workouts and shit.
Yeah,
you see like push-ups and shit like that in like a basement.
Like I said, we was really, we was really on the grind, bro. Like I was really doing it. Like I had nothing else on my mind. Be honest with you, a lot of people thought I'm crazy. I said, nigga, I'm probably I'm crazy. To be honest with you, but you know, when people used to see me like shadow box outside working out at Forest Park, people used to come up and ask me like, you know, what are you training for? Like one day I'm training to be in the UFC, you know, and motherfuckers motherfuckers down there laughed at my goddamn face and kept their push, you know.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? A couple years later, damn, look where we at now.
Facts,
you know,
yeah.
And this,
gotta be a little crazy.
This was without a team. You gotta be crazy, right? You know, you gotta be delusional because ain't nobody else gonna believe in you besides you.
100%,
right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I use that energy that I had because at the end of the day, when you talk about statistics and you talk about a person that should not have made it to the UFC, I'm one of the people. But I did it. And not only did I get to UFC, but I'm actually being successful here, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like for myself, I feel like a lot of people can learn from that. And my thing is too, is just like, okay, yeah, I kind of got there on my own, but at the end of the day, I had to find a team to help me grow and prosper on this process. Because at the end of the day, bro, it's gonna take a group. It's gonna take a whole solid foundation of people that you trust in order for you to get where you need to be.
Yeah. Shout out to Solid
I
Foundation.
think a lot of fighters, man, even with them. Yeah, you already know. To be honest with you, like I really can't wait until I'm able actually like to really sit down and really build on that, because that's what people need, bro. They need a solid foundation around. A lot of people don't have it. A lot of people, unfortunately, you know, they rocking by themselves or they doing their own thing. But it take a team, bro. It take a team, bro, to actually, you know, build something great.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I feel like I got around me right now. I got a great, solid team around me. Right now, they in St. Louis, bro. You know, my solid foundation. You know, when it comes to like my social media and stuff, like, cause it's hard to do my social media stuff, and I'm out here on my own and in Michigan. But as soon as I straight, you know, make headquarters down to St. Louis and, you know, get that money right, yeah, we're gonna be blowing up pretty soon.
Hell yeah. Get a little studio or something. Yeah, that'd be tight.
Yeah, bro, we're gonna have all that studio, gym, all that type of shit.
Oh, hell yeah, I bet. I gotta come through then.
Yeah, coming through, yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
Your ass next.
Yeah. Love that.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Have a good one, bro. I really appreciate the time, and good luck on March 30th.
Thank you, man. Get a good knockout. Good knockout.
Hell yeah, man.